Okay, so for more than half a century, our entire world has basically been built with plastic. It was designed to last forever, and, well, now we're kind of drowning in it. But what if the answer to this massive global problem has been quietly growing in our oceans this whole time? Let's dive in.
It seems like a simple question, right? But the answer is pretty shocking. We tend to picture plastic piling up in landfills or maybe that Great Pacific garbage patch. But the truth is, it's now showing up in the most remote and, frankly, personal places you can imagine.
I mean, just look at this. It really paints a picture of how huge this problem is. We're talking microplastics discovered at the highest point on Earth and in the deepest part of the ocean. And if that's not unsettling enough, just last year, scientists found these tiny particles inside human blood for the very first time. It has literally invaded every corner of our world and even our own bodies.
So, how in the world do we tackle a problem this big? All right, here's what we're going to do. First, we'll take a quick look at our plastic planet. Then, we're going to explore this really cool seaweed solution. We'll meet some of the innovators riding this green wave, get real about the hurdles on the horizon, and finally, look at the whole portfolio of solutions we're going to need for the future.
You know, here's the crazy irony of it all. Plastic's greatest strength has totally become its greatest weakness. Its incredible durability, the very thing that made it a miracle material for over 60 years, is now the source of a massive environmental crisis because it just doesn't go away.
Now you're probably thinking, but wait, don't we just recycle it? Well, it turns out the answer is really complicated. For most types of plastic, the whole process is so complex and expensive that it's just not profitable. It's not the simple fix we've all kind of been hoping it is.
But okay, enough doom and gloom. Let's talk about a fascinating potential solution, one that comes straight from the ocean itself. Yeah, it's green, it can be kind of slimy, and it might just be the hero we've been looking for: seaweed.
So, this chart right here, this is where you really see seaweed's superpower. Just compare it to land-based crops like corn, which are often used for bioplastics. Seaweed grows about 10 times faster, uses pretty much no fresh water, and doesn't need huge amounts of land. It's not competing with our food supply, which makes it this uniquely sustainable resource. It's a total game changer.
And hey, this isn't just some sci-fi fantasy. There's a whole wave of startups out there right now figuring out how to turn this amazing ocean resource into real-world products that could replace the plastics we use every single day. Let's meet a few of them. First up is an Australian startup called Ulu, and their goal is massive. They want to create a brand new type of material that's just as strong and versatile as plastic, but can completely biodegrade, even in the cold, dark depths of the ocean.
So how are they doing it? The secret is this stuff called PHA. The easiest way to think about it is like nature's version of plastic. Ulu feeds sugars from seaweed to microbes, and these tiny little guys produce this amazing polymer. The end result? A material that's actually carbon negative and, unlike plastic that sticks around for centuries, PHA breaks down completely in about 2 months. Wow.
Next, let's meet Notpla. They're a UK company with a really simple but kind of radical mission to make packaging literally disappear. They're getting famous for their edible, compostable solutions that you might have actually seen already.
And they are already making a real impact. Get this. At the 2019 London Marathon, Notpla replaced 200,000 single-use plastic bottles with these little edible pods filled with an energy drink. Runners could just pop them in their mouths, and even if they toss them, the pods biodegrade in under 6 weeks. Now they're taking on takeaway containers, ketchup packets, you name it.
All right, next up, from California, we have a startup called Sway. And they are taking on one of the most hated symbols of plastic pollution, the thin film shopping bag. They use kelp to create a version that you can compost right in your own backyard.
And here's the absolute kicker. The giant kelp forests they get their materials from are total climate powerhouses. These incredible underwater forests can soak up to 20 times more carbon per acre than forests on land. So Sway's products aren't just plastic-free, they're actively helping to fight climate change. That's a serious win-win.
And of course, you can't talk about plastic pollution without someone bringing up the straw. And that is where Lollyware comes in. They've developed what they call blue carbon straws, using seaweed to create a product that feels like plastic but disappears like a plant.
Now, this is the really clever part of the strategy for both Lollyware and Sway. They've designed their seaweed materials to work on the exact same machinery that's already churning out plastic bags and straws. This lets them skip the enormous cost of building new factories, and that is absolutely key to making these alternatives affordable and scalable. Super smart.
So, as amazing as all this sounds, we do need to be realistic. This is a brand new industry, and there are some pretty big challenges to overcome before seaweed plastic can really go head-to-head with the fossil fuel stuff we're so used to.
First and foremost, you've got cost. As you can see pretty clearly here, there's a big gap. Right now, producing this new material can be way more expensive than making traditional plastic. Now, experts do believe that prices will come down as the industry grows, but for now, cost is a major hurdle.
Then you have performance issues. Let's go back to those pods for a second. While they're awesome for an event, they can be a bit fragile. Trying to ship them across the country without them bursting? That's a real logistical puzzle that still needs to be solved. They just don't have the same brute strength as traditional plastic. At least, not yet.
And finally, there's the big one, scalability. To replace even a tiny fraction of global plastic, we need a colossal amount of seaweed. But right now, farming it is really labor-intensive. Expanding out into the deep ocean is super expensive, and just getting the permits to start a new farm can be a bureaucratic nightmare. Each of these is a major hurdle to clear before this stuff can go mainstream.
So where does all of this leave us? Well, while seaweed is an incredibly powerful and promising part of the answer, it's really important to remember that it's not the only answer.
And this, right here, is maybe the most crucial thing to take away from all of this. Our plastic problem is so huge and so complex that there is just no single, magical silver bullet that's going to fix everything overnight. Instead, the future is going to be a whole portfolio of solutions all working together. We'll need seaweed plastics for some things, but maybe materials made from fungi for others. We'll probably still use some corn-based bioplastics, and hopefully we'll get way, way better at breaking down old plastics with new recycling tech. It's going to take a whole ecosystem of innovation.
Look, the journey away from our dependence on plastic is definitely going to be a challenge. But for the first time, we have this diverse and exciting wave of natural alternatives that's ready to go. The question really isn't if we can create a world without plastic pollution anymore. It's how quickly we can scale the incredible solutions that are already here.